All right, all right, all right. So today we're going to be talking about turning slow days at your event into profit. We're going to be giving you some strategies and some options that you can utilize as a vendor to help wisely use that time and make it an optimized and profitable slow day for you going forward. And how some of those optimizations and strategies are going to help set you up for success on future days at your event or your market. So, slow days, they're just a part of the vendor experience. It's almost like a rite of passage. Not every day at a farmer's market, at a craft event, a festival, or local event is going to be slam packed and just full of buyers. You're going to have days where it seems like everybody that walks by your booth isn't interested in making a purchase. You're going to have days at your local event where there just isn't the foot traffic there that you would like to see or that sometimes you expect to be there. And there's a lot of reasons why that could be. On those slow days, a lot of times the weather can affect the amount of people that are out at your event, the timing of competition. So there may be other craft fairs, other farmers markets, other festivals in the area. This time of year in the fall, there's a lot of fall festivals going on. So all of those uh, differing events kind of divides and conquers the foot traffic in your area. So a particular event may see less foot traffic than what they're used to experiencing. It's just a natural part of selling at markets and festivals. There's really no way of getting around it. When slow days happen, you don't want to take it personally. It's just a part of the business that we're in. Slow days don't reflect the quality of your product or your business at all. Um, Now, the exception to that would be if you're just not putting any effort into your products and your business, and that may be something you want to look at addressing. But normally, slow days are not a reflection of you, your products, or your business. And it's super important to keep that perspective in mind and not feel discouraged. It's a natural feeling to kind of want to get down when you're not making the sales. But if we can adjust our mindset and use that downtime to benefit us, then you really are truly getting a value out of that slow day. When you have slow days, you want to set realistic expectations. Um, Not every market or festival is going to be a hit. So going into a vendor event, you want to have that kind of on the side of your mind that you're not going to hit it off at every market. So, especially if you're a new vendor, it's more the exception to the rule if you're a new vendor and you just are slamming at your event, making all sorts of sales. Normally, it takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of customer interaction, building that rapport, making that connection, telling your story to get customers trusting you, and then making the purchase. But unless you're at a one-off type festival or event that happens once or twice a year, those events, when people come, they're coming to buy. So you can't expect that the the event should have buyers at it. But again, even at those events, you can have off days due to a number of reasons. And don't be discouraged. Don't let it get your morale down. Use it to your advantage. And we're going to go over some of those strategies here going forward on how to use that to your advantage. But I'm Bill Davenport with Anchored Market Ventures. I'm your host of Vendor's Edge at Anchored Market Ventures. We're your number one source for vendor knowledge and empowerment. We pretty much talk all things farmers markets and events. We're here to help you succeed, to watch you grow, and If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to us. We're Anchored Market Ventures across all social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or you can reach out on our website at anchoredmarketventures.com. And we'd love to hear from you. So, productive ways to use your time during slow days. Really, you can use that time to evaluate your booth. One of the things that as vendors we don't have a lot of time to do when a market or event is busy is really do a good evaluation of how our booth's set up. Do we have stuff elevated up? Do we have depth and texture throughout our booth, by how we arrange our products? On those slow days, you can really take the time to evaluate your booth, look at, could your layout be more customer friendly on, is it inviting for them to come in and shop? Is your tent high enough up so that people aren't ducking underneath? If people have to duck underneath your tent, it's or it seems kind of claustrophobic, that's going to keep potential customers from coming in and making a purchase inside your booth. So those slow days are a great time to change your booth up, try something new, make sure you got good color flow, that your layout is good, you got depth and texture, height to your products, but use those slow days to change it up, because those little changes might be a difference maker on having folks come in and talk to you and potentially make a purchase at your market. You can also take the time to organize inventory, restock items. I know a lot of us as vendors, we bring restock items, but we keep it down in a crate or a box underneath our table, waiting for the time to bring it up. But if your booth doesn't look full, use that time to restock your booth. If you are an artist or a crafter, maybe you can continue making some of your arts and crafts while you're there, so you can use that time to restock. But you can also, if your booth isn't set up exactly how you want, or it looks a little cluttered or dirty, use that time to clean your booth and spruce it up, because a clean, organized, and inviting booth uh, really helps folks or encourages folks to come in and check your booth out and potentially make a sell. It also keeps you looking professional and neat, and the appearance of you and the appearance of your booth can really make a difference in attracting customers when traffic starts to pick up at your market. When the market's slow, it's a great time to get out and meet your fellow vendors at a farmer's market. A lot of times we only really get to meet the vendor that's right next to us when we're set up at an event, because we're selling and we can't take an opportunity to go out and meet new vendors. So when the day's a little bit slower, you can expand. Instead of the tents to the right and left of you, or maybe right in front of you, you can go another booth or two down, still keep an eye on your booth, and introduce yourself to your fellow vendors. Um, it's a great way to discuss collaborations, so you can work on collaborations with other vendors on those slow days. And you can also talk to them and find out about other festivals and events in the area, or that have done well for other vendors that potentially may do well for your product. So it's just a great way to network, um, create new relationships, new business ventures, collaborations. So you really want to use that time wisely. And you can really take your interactions with the customers a step further on slow days and engage more deeply with your customers than what you would be able to on a busy market day. Because on a busy market day, if you got a lot of folks at your booth, you're wanting to make those sales. The longer you talk, some of those potential customers may walk off and go buy from someone else, or you just might they might not buy at all. So on a slower day, you can really spend more time answering questions with the customers that do come to your booth. You can really go a little bit more in depth on the story and your brand, and you can give feedback. That conversation's a two-way street. You want to be an active listener, but ask engaging questions too. If you see them looking at a particular item, ask them some questions about it. What are they looking for? You can get feedback from them, and you can give them a little bit more feedback. So it's a great way to go more in depth with your customer base on slower market days. And kind of right next to that is you can collect valuable insight on slow market days. And what I mean by that is on a slow market day, you may not have a lot of vendors coming to your booth per se, but there's going to be, or not vendors, but customers coming to your booth that day. But you're going to be able to observe customers that are out there going to other booths. So it's a great way to kind of watch their behavior. Are there certain things that are catching people's eyes? Are there certain types of signs or sandwich boards that you see a lot of customers stopping and reading? That might be a type of sign you want to incorporate into your booth. What type of products do the customers linger over? So you start to pick up trends when you start watching customers at a market, and on slow days, it's a great way um, to get some valuable insight that can help guide your future product offerings and or booth setup. So definitely don't take that time for granted. Use it to your advantage. And one of the things you can do on a slow market day, after you kind of checked your booth out, engaged with folks, is you can use that time for social media engagement. You can post about the current market or event that you're at. You can share some behind the scenes content, maybe take a picture or a short video of you making an adjustment to your booth. Um, or you can promote out a special promotional offer to drive foot traffic and help increase the foot traffic on a slow market day. So we'll kind of get into the offers and incentives here in a minute, but you can do some on the spot marketing and incentives to help drive foot traffic during that event to your booth and help increase your sales. So with that being said, that kind of goes right into offering promotions and incentives on the spot. It helps create a sense of urgency, offering a limited time promotion. It encourages immediate sales. So, for example, you could give a 20% off until the end of the hour type sale, or a buy one, get one free for the next five customers. There's a lot of ways that you can create a sense of urgency through sales or special offers just for that event on a slow market day. So post that out on your social media, ask your followers to help share it so the word gets out, and it's going to come across somebody that likes your product or wants your products, and that little promotional offer for that market only may be the catalyst they need to come out and make a sale. And when they get there, they may pick up two or three more items than what they originally anticipated coming for, and they're potentially going to shop other vendors at that event. Another great thing that you can do on the spot, if you're a food vendor and you're at a market or an event or an area that allows samples, you can offer samples of your product at a market that helps draw people in on a slow day. Um, or you can give a live demonstration of your product. So if you have something um, that there's a particular way you use it or it does XYZ, that's a great opportunity to give a live demonstration so that folks can see how your product is used, what it does, and it draws people into your booth and potentially can lead to sales on a slow market day. And you can also host an impromptu giveaway. It encourages customers to sign. You can encourage customers to sign up for your newsletter, or you can have them take out their phone and follow you on social media, and in exchange for that follow on your business page or a sign up their email for signing up for your newsletter, you can put them into a small drawing for a giveaway, or you can exchange it if you have some little novelty excuse me, some novelty prize items. You can say, hey, if I get your email or you follow us on social media, let me see, boom, here's a prize, or let me get your name and contact info. We're going to put you in a drawing, and we're going to do a drawing here towards the end of the market of everybody that participates today, and we'll reach out to you. So it's a great way of increasing traffic at your booth. And then you can create a special slow day deal. You can offer a deal exclusively to people that come and shop the market that day or shop your event that day. You could offer bundle deals or a discount on less popular items um, that you have that offer. So if you have some items that sell a little slower than some of your other items, you can offer a discount on those or put them into a bundle deal, and that'll help generate interest and get foot traffic coming into your booth on a slow market day. And then you want to use slow market days to build relationships. You never want to stop your storytelling, and you never want to stop branding, and you never want to stop engaging with your customers. And slow days, you can really use that to your advantage to deepen relationships with existing customers, because a lot of times your existing customers are going to come event in and event out. They're going to come and purchase your products because they believe in what you sell, they believe in what you offer, and they believe in you. So it's a great way to deepen that relationship. You can ask for their feedback when you're talking to them. You can give them an inside scoop and share some of your new product ideas, or give them personalized recommendations when you're talking with them. If you hear that they have a particular need or they really enjoy a certain dish, you can say, hey, this fruit and vegetable pairs really good with this. If you offer um, tea and herbs, you can say this is maybe really going to be beneficial for you. So you can give those personalized recommendations more in depth on a slow market day. And then on slow market days, if you realize it's just going to be a slow market day, really focus on building connections with the folks that come out to the market over sales. If you're going to be really concentrating on sales on a slow market day, that's really going to help contribute to feeling discouraged, because those sales just won't happen to the extent that you want them to on a slow market day. But you can build those connections. Even if someone doesn't buy that particular day, a friendly and memorable interaction between you and the customer can lead to future sales. That person is going to go tell their family and friends, hey, I met XYZ vendor, I had a great interaction with them. They have some amazing offerings. I didn't purchase that day, but I'm definitely going to go back and purchase from them. But that's going to pique the interest of the people that they talk to. So you always want to make sure that it's a friendly and memorable interaction with the customer, because that's going to potentially lead to future sales. And something that I've noticed at a lot of events, whether it's a slow day or a busy day, that a lot of vendors overlook is handing out business cards or promotional materials. You can print out little square pieces of paper that have your story on one side and your products and prices on the back, or you can do a business card that has your website, email, phone number, social media that you're on. But use slow market days where you can really be intentional um, about giving out your business cards to everybody that passes by your booth. Um, if you're having trouble closing sales, if you get a lot of looky-loos that come in and just kind of browse and then meander out, make sure when they meander out, they're leaving with a business card or some of your promotional material. Um, that's going to help with either online sales later on down the road if you offer online sales, or they're going to come back and purchase from you at the event. Slow market days can really be a kick in the gut, especially when we're expecting to have a great day at a market. So you want to keep your morale high and maintain a positive attitude. I can't stress this enough. A positive attitude will turn the grayest of days to a sunny day, and it'll make it a more memorable experience for the customers that do come to your booth or walk by your booth at your event. It's a mindset shift. Slow days feel discouraging, but they also present opportunities to regroup, plan, and improve on your setup and on your event model. Approach your slow periods with or approach your slow period as a chance to refine your business instead of focusing solely on immediate sales. So refine on your customer interaction, your booth setup, your interactions with your fellow vendors. Use it to your advantage, and that'll help keep your mindset in a very positive realm and away from being discouraged. And at the same time, you want to stay professional and you want to stay positive. It's important to maintain that welcoming and energetic attitude even during slow times. And I know that's incredibly hard, but this is where what separates the wheat from the chaff is on them slow days when it's discouraging. You got to be positive and you got to stay professional. Um, a vendor that looks bored or discouraged or disengaged from the event is going to deter potential customers from even coming to your booth. If you're sitting there just looking angry at the world because you're not getting the foot traffic that you expect, um, you're scowling, you're sitting in a chair, not paying anybody any attention, you're constantly on your phone, not engaging with the folks that are coming by your booth, all of that is going to discourage folks. Use the example of you at a grocery store. And this may not be the best analogy, but it's an analogy, and I think it's applicable to everybody. When you're going to check out after you've shopped at the store, I know a lot of days we have self checkouts, but let's go to there's a person checking you out. Um, if you have 5 registers open for you to go check out through as you're walking by, we look at the people that are doing the checkout. And if that person looks like they've had a bad day, they woke up on the wrong side of the bed, they just look like they're not in a mood to have social interactions, 9 times out of 10 we are going to avoid that lane to check out, and we're going to go to the lane or two that's open where the cashier looks happy, they look energetic, they look professional, like they want to be there, and they may not want to be there, but that is the image that they're projecting. That's going to be the cashier that we go to check out. It's just human nature. So we really want to avoid being disconnected, looking angry, being down. We want to be positive and professional all the time, even on slow market days. And then celebrate the small wins. Instead of measuring your success on sales alone at your event on a slow day, celebrate the connections made with your fellow vendors, the new customers that you reached because you had that more in-depth interaction with them that you may not have been able to have on a busy market day, or some lessons learned from talking to your other vendors or by changing up your booth. So those are small wins. They're wins we sometimes can't get on a busy market day. So use that slow day to your advantage and walk away from the market with some sales, but with a lot of wins in other areas that positively affect your business and your markets going forward. And then we have planning for future markets. Planning for future markets, turn slow days into strategy sessions. So evaluate what's working and what isn't. Um, what can you tweak before the next event? Sometimes on those slow market days, you're going to be able to really take a good look and do some honest evaluations of, is my packaging good? Are my placements of my label on my packaging in a good spot? Is my flow? All of that stuff comes into play. So you can use that for future markets and future events. So it's turning that slow day into a strategy time to make you successful going forward. And then use that time talking to other vendors, or when there's no one at your booth or around your booth, you can get on your phone, get onto social media, and you can check out what are upcoming events. Is there a themed event coming up that you can start preparing for, and put a little bit of attention to it that maybe you just haven't had a chance to yet? Check out what other craft shows and festivals or markets that are coming up that may be a potential good match for you and your product on that particular day. Um, but make a list of all that stuff so that when you leave the market, you'll be able to go back and start putting some attention to that. If we try to just remember it off the top of our mind, we get busy as we get older. We don't retain it as easily, and we're like, "Oh man, I know I thought of something and it was important, and I can't remember it." If you write it down, put it in your change box when you get home, and you're tallying the till. You'll see that note, and boom, you can start working on it. And then engage in reflection and continuous improvement. It's really slow times. You've done all the other stuff that we've kind of talked about, or you've done the stuff that's applicable to you. You can engage in some reflection and think about how to continuously improve you, your booth, your business, your online presence, your sales tactic. But there's some questions that you can ask yourself when you're doing that reflection and continuous improvement. Did I prepare adequately for this event? Sometimes we're just not getting the foot traffic just because we failed to plan. And it's not something to beat ourselves up over. It happens. It's a learning point. None of this should keep you down, but they all should be little waypoints of getting better. So, ask yourself, did I prepare adequately for this event? Or if you're doing craft shows and festivals, was the event a good fit for your product? It just may be the right product at the wrong place. So sometimes you got to do a little bit of that evaluation. And then, are there marketing strategies that you could employ next time to generate more buzz ahead of the event? I see a lot of vendors, and I'm guilty of this too, even with our business, Anchored Market Ventures. Um, Posting the day before the event or the day of the event that, hey, this is what we have going on. And the reality of it is, if you have a Saturday event, you should be posting on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and then maybe Friday is just kind of a follow up to, hey, if you didn't see our previous post, we're going to be at this event on Saturday, because it takes a little bit of time for your post to get into the algorithm, to start being seen by folks. You're only getting seen by a small percentage of the folks that follow you on social media at any one given time. So the sooner in that week that you post what you're going to be offering, what sales you're going to be offering, where you're going to be at, the better and higher the chance is that more folks are going to see that you're going to be there Saturday and will come and support you. So you definitely want to look at how you're generating buzz ahead of the event that you're going to be at. And then track your progress. A great way of doing this is with a vendor journal. Have a little notebook, a little journal book. They're inexpensive, and just write down on October 21st, I was at XYZ event from this time to this time. Here's kind of what the weather was. This is what I was offering. This is how I was feeling. I did this, I did that. This was what I perceived the amount of customers coming through. But by keeping that journal, you can look back over time and you can start to see trends and things that you may want to improve on what you're doing. And that's going to help you going forward to other events and to other markets. And then slow days ultimately are just a part of the process, and they offer us a valuable opportunity to grow our businesses in ways that go beyond immediate sales. So it's taking what may be perceived as a negative and turning it into a positive. And it all starts with us, with our mindset and how we view the slow business day. So definitely understand they're going to happen, and because you know that's gonna happen, turn it into an opportunity to grow your business. Um, Try out at least one new technique from this episode during your next slow day, whether it's changing up your booth, um, your booth layout, maybe going and meeting some new vendors that are around you, taking a little bit of time to doing a little bit of social media promotion, spot sell at the market, but definitely at your next slow market day, take one of these steps or one of these tips or tricks and incorporate them. You don't have to do all of them all at once, but do one or two and see what type of feedback you get from it. And that's really going to help you going forward. And then ultimately understand markets and events are long-term endeavors. Success is built through consistent improvements, whether they're little improvements or large improvements, through your creativity and thinking outside the box on how to improve your booth and connect with customers, and building a strong customer relationship. So this was our podcast about turning slow days into profit. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think there's some great information here to help really change the mindset and create little wins and little victories for you on those slow days. But I'm Bill Davenport with Anchored Market Ventures, and we can't wait to see you guys out at the next market.